Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm sitting there wishing I could be seeing your faces in the classroom, but this is where we're at right now, and shed a little light on this that yes, I already did this presentation, and obviously it did not work out as I'm doing the second one, as the volume did not record my messaging. So my technology issues continue. Hopefully this one works out better. I hope to find that you all healthy and safe. And hopefully you're getting out there being active. So, move forward with this here a little bit as your assignment for your Life Vision project is due tomorrow. Make sure you get that, taken care of. You follow through all the procedures. Should be pretty simple. You got it all taken care of, laid out in detail. Make sure you share it on Classroom. Now, let's move into our first aid, unit. So, accident is unintentional injury, and then you have 4 factors to prevent unintentional injury. You look at knowledge and awareness, recognize risk, and know what actions to take to reduce the risk. Ability, state of mind. So go back to ability. If you swim like a rock, then don't jump off the middle of the lake. Okay, state of mind, aware of own conditions and others. Don't be jumping on motorcycles if you're not comfortable doing it. Don't be doing stupid things on hills and stuff like that with like a skateboard or whatever else and not knowing what's going to happen. Be aware of your conditions. Environmental conditions, consider hazards in the environment, so we got to mainly be focused on like snow element and such. So, excuse me, that you need to recognize that when that snow hits, that how are you going to drive or how are you going to prepare for it. Fires and burns. Careless smoking, and this one is a very biased one for me that I cannot stand smoking. I'm very biased against it. But yeah, that my brother-in-law was one that he still smokes right now to the day, and we're out hunting, and we're trying to do a drive through the west quarter creek line. And I saw him keep putting his cigarettes out. I'm like, where the hell is he putting these out? You know, and wondering what's going to happen. And we walked through and went to a different position. And my father-in-law shot a deer. And I said, okay, well, I'll take care of this deer with father-in-law. Everybody else just go back to the west quarter because I know that there's some deer that are walking in there earlier the night before. So hopefully they can get some shots. They come back within like 3 minutes saying the west quarter's on fire. And we go running out there and emptying out all our totes and picked up water out of the creek and sitting there trying to put out the fire the best that we can. And sitting there beating it out with shirts and everything else that we can. And luckily we did get it beat down and stopped it. But at the same time, you still have to call out the fire department. So you guys got to recognize that there is a fire. A major one at least, that you have to call a fire department in because you got hot spots that could still fester up and cause more of a problem. So they're called out, they took care of it, and so then my brother-in-law cost my father-in-law like $550 for the fire department to come out. Other things is like my ex's parents and stuff, they like to smoke a lot, and they'd wait till right before going to bed, they'd start smoking, and then they'd be falling asleep with a cigarette in their hand, and then it starts burning holes in their sheets or in their bed, or, so obviously you can definitely start up a fire there, along with all the burn holes in the couch and the carpet and such there too. So, moving ahead, faulty overload and wiring. Make sure that you're not overloading those stupid cheater plugs. Make sure you got a surge strip going there. Unsafe heating units, faulty fireplaces, children with matches. You got younger brothers and sisters. Yes, I know that they can be pains in the butt, but you got to pay attention to them too, because I had a cousin that his brother thought he was in the right mind he was in a fight with his mom, and his mom couldn't see him at that time. She walked out of the kitchen, Walked in the living room, she sees flames bolting up from behind the recliner. Well, that was him starting to fire the recliner in retaliation to the fight with his mom. Now, he's kind of a shyster, and he knew better, so I would have smacked him pretty good, but that's the way it goes. Improper storage of flammable materials. Flammable materials catch fire easily or burn. Flammable and inflammable mean the same. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Flammable and inflammable mean the same. Non-flammable is the difference. Okay? So, whenever you see something that says those two things, make sure that you know that it is flammable. Hope that you know that never use water on a grease fire. Need be, you put baking soda on it, or you try to cover up and smother the oxygen out of the fire. And then you have stop, drop, and roll. So when you have people that are starting on fire, they need to stop, drop, and roll. I've had people that probably 8 years ago, somebody got caught in a bonfire, running around with his head like a chicken with his head cut off, and luckily he was able to put it out. But otherwise, you just stop, drop it, and put it out. Phone contacts to include in your phone. I know that you have your 911, but you should still put in your local hospital, your local poison control, like local fire department, local police department. I know you have 911, but still be good to put in your phone, like I said earlier. So make sure that you get all this stuff put into your phone so you can have a quick dial to it if you need be. Firearms will come back to when I have more of stories for you guys coming in tomorrow. OSHA, same thing. I got more stories for you coming into that. Water safety, I'll hit on this one right now. Survival floating, capsizing, overturned boat, no ability, no surface below diving areas. The reason why I'm going to hit it now is because some people might be heading to their lake cabins. Well, do you know what's at the end of your dock? Do you know how much is transferred from current or from wind, whatever? It might be normally not a rock, but it could be trees that have been lodged right at the end of your dock, and you go diving in and you hit your head on that, and it could be catastrophic. So make sure that you check these things out before you just go jumping off and diving in. That kind of goes into this next story, where do not include alcohol or drug use story, where a friend of mine decided it was a good idea that he's going to have a party with his friends, and got drunk and thought he was going to go jump in the pool. Well, he didn't realize which area of the pool he was in. He dove into the shallow area and ended up breaking vertebrae in his neck, and luckily he didn't get paralyzed, but it'd be very similar to your classmate Kaden Stenson, Callista Stenson, where she had somebody unfortunately jump on top of her, broke her neck, and she had to go into that halo. Well, that was the case with him, where if you don't understand what a halo is, you have to screw 4 bolts into that person's skull. And they have that cage wrapped around their head, down to the shoulder pads on top. And they got to live with that for however many months the doctors prescribed. And this guy was probably in that halo for, 3-4 months probably. The only type of showers that you could have is like a scrub shower. So he'd take a washcloth and he'd wash himself off by wiping himself down. So if you can imagine that. And then his clothing, he had to have sweatshirts that were ripped open up at the top that pull it over top of that cage. It is crazy. So pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your own mindset. And make sure you don't include any of this here. Eye safety begins to crack. Lie down immediately. I will try to share with that again tomorrow, as I got more stories with that. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. The 3 main guidelines for today, that was one of the questions I had. Check the scene of victim, call 911, give care. So those are the 3 main ones. And then you go a guideline for first aid. Check the scene of victim, victim conscious or unconscious. Call 911. Speak slowly. Exact location. Treatment given. Ask for advice. Hang up last. Next one's going to be ABC. So airway, breathing, circulation. Check airway. Look, listen, feel. So LLF. Remember that. LLF. LLF. Look, listen, feel. So you're looking at their chest, listening for their breaths, and feeling for the breaths on the side of your face. Give 2 rescue breaths if needed. And then you check the pulse, which is going to be on your side of the body and the carotid, or you go with the radial. Okay? Then you check for severe bleeding. If they have severe bleeding, you need to stop that first. Otherwise, if you don't and you begin CPR, when you're pushing blood through the body, it's going to bleed that person out. So you need to take care of that severe bleeding. Then continue for 1 minute and recheck pulse. Continue entire procedure until help arrives, victim comes to, or you're completely exhausted. So with these things here, write a note. Well, I'll put it down right now, if it allows me. 30 compressions. And 2 breaths. I know it's stated in different areas of the notes, but I just want to state it again. Then you go into Good Samaritan law, where it protects citizens from lawsuits if complications occur after giving first aid correctly. Ask permission first. As long as you're doing the right thing, nobody can sue you. That's basically what it's saying. And then you go to rescue breathing, 2 immediate breaths. Instead, if this person has a pulse, you do not want to give them CPR. You do not want to give them chest compressions because you'll kill them. So you go 1 breath every 5 seconds, 1 breath every 4 seconds, 1 breath every 3 seconds. All right? We kind of ran through things there that I thought covered before, besides my stories. My stories going to take up a lot of space probably tomorrow, if not Thursday. Thursday, it might be Thursday because I have a procedure myself tomorrow. So I think we'll stop there. So right at the end of guidelines. Actually, no. Rescue breathing. Sorry. And we'll continue with that either tomorrow or Thursday. So hope you guys have a good day. Miss you guys. I wish we were sitting in class. This is driving me nuts sitting at home right here, staring at a computer that hates me too. But we got to do what we can do, right? So keep moving on. Hawk Pride, Hawk Nation, Hawk Culture. You guys take care.